Money Mike, for 9 minutes, for 220 to 9 million, from 220 to 225, is in reality made up of 2 years, 24 and 25, and is largely a result of one player. If the WNBA Players Association would honest on the years, it would be obvious they would be leaving that they are including the 20 and 23. Okay, so Jeff's got a great point. So here's the deal on the revenue. Okay, the WNBA say they broke the barrier, okay, in 2025. Okay, that's what the WNBA is saying. We made profits. Okay, let's back it up. Let's go to the Players Union. Here's where I'm going. I say the Players Union got a big strike fund. Don't be fooled, guys. These guys can sit out a year with these women. These women are prepared to sit out a year if they have to, because the WNBA Players Association quietly. See, one thing about women, difference between women and men, they prepare for a rainy day. We walk out there, forget the umbrella. We don't got a jacket. We just out there in the rain. The women prepare for a rainy day, like my grandmother from Alexandria, Louisiana, is putting money in a jar. What are you doing? I'm just putting this in here for a rainy day. You know, I mean, so the women are prepared for a rainy day. This is what I mean. The WNBA Players Association kicked in $9 million from revenue from merchandise. They have a license. The WNBA Players Association, the union, has a license selling more merch. Here's the deal. I got to ask myself, because Money Mike's going to ask, unions sell more merch than the players, right? Which is kind of backwards, because if the union's got the license, you know what I'm saying? And this is where it gets confusing. The union has a group license. They can sell the WNBA merch. Well, if they put the players' pictures on the WNBA merch that they're selling, the players would sell more merch with the union, right? But the league doesn't want that to happen, because the league wants some of that merch too, right? And the whole thing is about merchandise. That's why Money Mike said, give them 100%. Just give me the merchandise. I can make $1 billion just off the merchandise. But you got a lot of players in on the merchandise game. I did not know the union had a group license and has been banking money. The union's been banking money. So if they came up and gave the players $9 million, the union's got another 9 sitting there. And man, I'm telling you, I can tell you guys right now, they got a strike fund. So call it what you want, but it is what it is. I like that. Somebody says, light a candle at Slice. Did you listen to Money Mike, or are you just slow? Hey, you know what, guys? I say a lot of things, and I try to cover a lot of bases. I try to cover a lot of ground. I really do. I think that's the important piece of it. And when I hear things like the WNBA Players Association made a huge profit, they're making a more profit than the players. Think about that. They're making more money than the players, the union. Woo! This is getting good to me. Is the WNBA profitable? Yes. Okay, but here's the deal. Do the WNBA owners control the profit? Yes. They're controlling the profit. Think about that, folks. They can open up the market, but they can't open up the market. And here's where it gets really tricky, because you're doing something that you have to do that you don't want to do, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute here. But yeah, they're way ahead on the profit. Now, Greg comes back and says, are those numbers from 24-25? Kate Martin of the Vacaris in 25. Yeah, Kate can sell some jerseys. Indiana Fever, you got loyalty on your players. I believe the Vacaris are near the top of merch sales. A brand new team. The way the Bay Area supports them, they should definitely be on that list. Yeah, that I agree. But who's going to give us the numbers? Who's going to give us the numbers? I mean, folks, you got to look at this like, I remember in the scandals that were taking place, right? You look at the scandals and CEOs. I mean, I'm not saying the WNBA is Enron, but nobody's opening up the books. If you think the books are going to be open, then you're sadly mistaken. And let me tell you why. Because when the NBA negotiates, you know what the NBA Players Association wants? They want everybody to open up the books. When the NFL negotiates, you know what they want everybody to do? Open up the books. Well, ain't nobody opening up the books. Okay, we got an antitrust agreement. The government can't even come in here and say open up the books, right? It's not like we're getting Al Capone, right? There's double sets of books going on. But there's something going on, because the natural eye will never lie to me. It will never lie to me. And I'll tell you about the natural eye, and I'm going to tell you about Caden Clark here in just a sec. Christine Brennan said the WNBA was not ready for Caitlin Clark. All right, think about that. How many people can tell me the WNBA was ready for Caitlin Clark? They weren't. They didn't have the arenas, right? They don't have the parking. They don't have the concession. And I can tell you this for a fact. They don't have the merchandise prepared. Money Mike believes in Fanatics. I stand by Fanatics. I believe in the corporation. I believe in what they do. I believe in the just in time on the merchandise, on actually being able to process through. And I believe that the WNBA, even if they wanted to, here's the problem. Even if the WNBA wanted to, they couldn't sell as many jerseys that the people want to buy because they can't print them. Can't print them that fast. They can't print them that fast, folks. And here's the thing that people get confused. See, marketing's a tricky thing. It's very tricky. So when you get a signature shoe, and I go ahead and release 100 shoes and sell them, I sell them out, right? Well, that doesn't make any sense to me because nobody has the actual number of how many shoes you sold. What they're trying to do is retain a price. They're trying to say if we sell out, then when we come out and release more shoes, we can maintain that price. Well, the WNBA has never been prepared to sell jerseys. And here's why. You can't sell jerseys, folks, when you have an expansion draft. It's impossible, right? Because the players have been on 6 teams. So now I got 6 of your jerseys, okay? When you stay on one team, right, and you get one number, then that means you're going to have it, right? 22. Right? So you get the Team USA wants to play around with 22. Everybody knows CC is 22. So the WNBA was not ready, as Christine Brennan said. Even if they wanted to make the jersey and all the merchandise possible, they weren't ready to do it. They never seen that kind of revenue before. And if you've never seen that kind of revenue before, then here's what happened. You make a multitude of mistakes, right? You pay your bills, but in the end, you're just running yourself ragged. And we saw that. We saw that with the officials. We saw that with the scorekeeping, right? You get excited because you think you made it, but you haven't made it. To do 41 national TV games, you need 41 digital camera. You need production. You can't go into the Atlanta Dream and be there on 720. Right? Everybody, you're at 8K now. I mean, it's hard, folks. And that means that you got to get prepared with your infrastructure.